So here's the thing. We want to start coloring in. What do I mean by that? Well, we want to take the framework and we simply just want to color it in. Now, okay, I'm actually a pretty good drawer, so I could probably draw that picture. But do you know how long it would be if I try to draw that picture plus color it in? It's like triple, quadruple the amount of time that it would take to just buy a nice adult coloring in book with the nice mandala designs and just start getting out the pencils, got all the pens here, got all the colors and just start coloring it in. Would you agree?
Totally.
Awesome. So that's effectively what we're going to be doing is we're going to take the frameworks and we're just going to color it in based on what we know about our people and the experience that we have. And we still come out with a beautiful picture. It's just that every single time we go to put something out there, it's not like we're starting from scratch. Yeah? Cool.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Awesome. And yeah, this is we're going to go through the worksheets. Oh, where'd my screen go? One second.
Still got it.
Okay, hold on. What happened there? Oh, awesome. Just hit the plug. So I trust that makes sense and it's effective, right? That is effective. The next thing is, this picture cracks me up, is that we...
Yeah.
Everyone, and we're going to look at this when we go through the converting component as well, is like, what's in it for me? Why should I read your content? Why should I watch your content? And so we want to give them a reason why they should eat their broccoli, okay? Because the broccoli is good for you, because the broccoli is going to solve your problem. What I mean by that is that we want them to stop and read, and so we want our content to be specifically for them. It gets to the point, and when they read it, they resonate with it. Not only that, they think you're a mind reader, okay? And then that's why they read on. That's why they go deeper. That's why every time you post something, every time you do something, they're there to champion. And so there, we've got this connection.
Yep, totally.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing is that people don't necessarily, this is one of the big things, people don't necessarily buy the things you say you can do, right? And that people buy the problems that you solve. That's simply it. Okay. And it's the problems that you solve and the problems that you have solved for yourself. So when you're writing about your content, this gives you a really cool opportunity to word and speak about what you've done, but in a way that's not like all about you, right? Because people want to know how it can apply to you. So the frameworks we're going to use are going to be a nice merge or a nice blend of both, okay? Because people like, where's that previous slide? It's like they absolutely want to know why they should, yeah? But they also want to know if you actually can solve the problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. And then
I love that slide of the broccoli. I hate broccoli.
Do you hate broccoli? I love broccoli.
That's me.
Oh, wow. That's my partner as well. He absolutely, he puts 2 on his plate and then he just doesn't eat them. I'm like, dude, why do you keep getting the broccoli out of the pot? Like, just leave it in there.
I take it out and then I chop it up so small and mash it in with everything else. And then I eat it.
Oh, that's hilarious. I love it. Cool. So, yeah, people want to know the problems that you have solved. So, yes, it is relevant to talk about that a little bit, okay? Because they want to know that you can solve it. And then the last one there, I don't know if you can see we can see the writing, is that they want to go with someone who's walking the talk, right? But you've got to talk about it. You must, because how will they know? So you've got to walk it and you've got to talk it, and they're going to come with you if they know that you've solved that problem or overcome that thing. Okay. So yes, it's about bringing that balance about what you know you can do, and then you've got to talk to them about it. Cool?
Yep. Yeah, bring the certainty.
Yeah, exactly. And then once we've done that, then essentially we've got a bullseye. Like when we talk to people and it's resonating with them and they're like, how do you know that? Like, it's just like they become connected with what you're doing. Okay, they might not always like message you or speak to you, but I guarantee, like, and I've had conversations with people where they're like, I just love your stuff. I try and get every video that I can. It's like, that's cool, because now they're connected. It's like you've shot an arrow into their heart, and they're like, they want to know what else you can do or what you can help them with. So speaking to their problem and speaking a little bit, like speaking about the problems they have and the promises that, you can make with a little bit of the how, that content right there is going to really get people, looking your way.
Yep.
Cool. So here's how, and we're going to switch over to the worksheets in a moment. But this is really cool. I'm going to take you through 3 parts. Now, Steve, if you can guess this TV show, I'm going to give you so much brownie points. Can you guess that TV show?
Oh, I'm guessing we're talking The Voice.
No.
No.
Think about 20 years back.
Oh, Boy George. He's become a chameleon. 20 years. Wait, is this an Aussie program?
It's an English program.
Oh. Boy George, 20 years ago. Far out. Yeah, nah. It's not ringing any bells.
Okay, cool. Stars in Their Eyes.
Oh, yeah. The pre-runner to
The
X Factor. Yeah.
Yeah. So, for those of you that are watching this and are like, what the hell? Stars in Their Eyes was a British program where people would essentially do karaoke, or just sing, not karaoke, but they would come out and they would sing a song of a famous musician. But what would happen is they would, come on stage in their normal everyday, Joe Blog clothes, and then they would enter into this star with the mist and the everything.
And it was hosted by a guy called Matthew Kelly. And they go, tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be whoever, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So they would come back out, they would literally walk in, and then in 10 seconds, they would walk back out in character, okay? And then they would sing the song. And it was an awesome show. It's probably like 5-7 years old when it was on, but I saw the metaphor and I was like, I've got to figure out what that show was. Funnily enough, the friends that I asked were like, yeah, that's Stars in Their Eyes. And I was like, how do you still know that? But what I want to talk to you about here is that it is so important for us to, like, we've done a bit of work on who we help and what we help them with. And in this module, I'm going to help you take a deeper look at who you need to be for your people. Like what's your character, okay? And how to set that up, okay? So that's something that you can go over and refine, because as well as, having a set of skills and a promise that you're going to deliver on, your character is so important in terms of your marketing, okay? And it's actually a qualification tool if you look at it, because people, you're not for everybody, but you absolutely are meant for some people. And when people vibe with you or connect with you or resonate with you, and also your character, because let's be honest, there's a lot of coaches out there, there's a lot of consultants, we all do the same sort of stuff. It's our character that brings in, like, that's the point of differentiation, is our character and who we're being. And so we want to look at, what's our character? What are we going to dress up as? So that makes sense?
Totally. Yeah. Cool.
The next one is we're going to look at core problems, and I'm going to give you a breakdown of the 3 different levels of problems, so that when you do put out content, we're not headed straight to the core, because sometimes we can just set ourselves on fire there. And meaning that, and I'm actually going to relate this to, when I take you through it, I'm going to relate this to a model, a coaching model that we use to describe how we are. Let me just do it now. So from a, a human behavior perspective, we've got a core, right? The core of us that always exists. So if you're woo-woo or spiritual, it's like the inner child, the part of us that always is, it's pure love and joy and all of that. And then over the years, we've become conditioned. And so we have all this, crud on us, the stuff that we sort of were told that was no good, or we shouldn't do that. And it's all the parts of us that we're either told off, or we're told, we shouldn't be doing that stuff. So we've got this like layer of crud. And then we've got this crust that we sort of wear to the world. And that's a longer and bigger story for another day. But I just wanted to give you that idea that these three different levels are what people sort of are willing to show. So if we think about a crust, right, the version of people, like the versions of themselves that they're willing to put out, people have this version of themselves that they're willing to talk about and all the rest of it. But anything deeper than that, and it might be too deep, it's like they don't want to talk about that. Why? Because it's touchy. It's usually associated to like shame or anything. Like it's deeper. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So when we speak, why I'm telling you this is because when we speak, if we go too deep into something that would resolve something at a core level, people turn away from it. People don't want to associate to it because it's talking to their shame, essentially. Okay? It's talking to their inner fears, and that people shy away from. So we've got to come in at a certain level, which I'm going to take you through. Okay? Cool?
Yep. I'm guessing it's crud level.
Crust. Yeah. Crust. So the last one is I'm going to show you an awesome method of how to freestyle within a framework. Okay? This will change how you create content. Okay? Because it's exactly like the coloring book. All we have to do is get out the pencils, bring our color to it, and then off we go. Cool?
Awesome.
Awesome. Okay.